Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. It's time for another Rabe review. Now, I'm very excited about the launch of Apple TV Plus on November 1st. Now, there is a lot of hype surrounding all the new original shows coming to this new streaming service. One of those shows stars Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, and Steve Carell. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move right here so we can see all of us, and I'm going to pretend I'm in the show. Ready? They're all looking like, huh? Yeah, I could be on that show. It's called The Morning Show. I do a morning show. It looks so amazing. Take a look at this trailer.
We are facing the biggest crisis in our history.
My life just ended for no good reason.
We're in the middle of an epic rebirth. Her sell-by date expired years ago. I want you to start grooming some new people.
I don't fit the mold.
What mold is that?
Any mold, really? Your show sucks.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
barely
you.
news.
I want wardrobe tests, screen tests, makeup tests. We need a contract. Where's legal?
Ready? I'm ready. Most people want to trust that the person that is telling them about the world is an honest person. Like you.
Yes.
You walk out that door, you are never going to get back in.
The part you guys never seem to realize is that you don't have the power anymore. And frankly, I've let you bozos handle this long enough. We are doing this my way. What happened to your TV?
We had a disagreement.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this show was actually shopped around to a lot of networks and streaming services, and Apple outbid everyone for this. As you can see, a lot of star power. I do have to say this. Apple sent me yesterday the first 3 episodes of the show, and I watched them, but I am not allowed to talk about them yet because I'm embargoed as a TV critic, so I can't say a word. I just will say that this show drops on Apple TV on November 1st. You can be looking for my official Rabe review on that day because I've watched it. And that's all I can say. And I wish I could say more because there is so much to say about this show. I'll say this. It lives up to the hype. But that's all I can say. I need to close my mouth before I say too much. You can be looking for that again on November 1st on Apple TV+. Now, speaking of Apple TV+, there is another show that is kind of crazy to me called Dickerson, okay? Dickerson, starring Haley Steinfeld, who you might remember from Pitch Perfect. She's had some hits on the radio, about the life of Emily Dickerson. Now, while this is set in the 1800s, it has a very modern feel with modern music, modern dance. It's very peculiar looking, so take a look at the trailer for Dickerson.
I have one purpose. Wild nights. And that is to become a great writer.
You need to cut out these sort of antics.
We're definitely gonna have a war.
She's wild. She'll be the ruin of this family. And she doesn't know how to behave like a proper young lady.
No thanks. Wild nights. Where I with thee. Wild nights should be our luxury.
Interesting, huh? Looks a little odd, a little different. So I also have the first 3 episodes of this. I've not watched them yet, but I'll be watching it this weekend. However, here's what's interesting. Apple must be very confident with this show because they've already renewed Dickerson for season 2, and the first season doesn't even drop until November 1st. So I think the execs at Apple are really digging this show. And as you can tell, morning show kind of appealing to the older demographic. Haley Steinfeld right here, kind of going for that younger demo. They're trying to get everybody to get the streaming service Apple TV+. By the way, be looking on Apple TV+ for collaborations from J.J. Abrams, Steven Spielberg, M. Night Shyamalan, and even Prince Harry and Oprah are teaming up for a mental health docuseries. Okay, Apple TV+ launches on November 1st. I have a feeling I'll be subscribing to it, as if there aren't enough shows to subscribe to. But anyway, I do want to move on to a show that only gets better and funnier every single season. It's funny, 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 funny. Mom on CBS. If you're not watching the show, you should. It's now just premiered its 7th season. The show is so funny. I love, first of all, Anna Faris and Allison Janney can do no wrong, okay? Let me just talk about the show just briefly. If you're going to binge it, you can skip season 1, okay? Season 1 is kind of like they had an idea. Once they got going, they realized this is going to be an amazing ensemble cast about recovering alcoholics. Now you think alcoholics, not really funny, but I'm telling you, this cast is amazing. So the premise actually started out with Allison Janney being the mom of Anna Faris. Anna Faris has a teenage daughter who is pregnant having a child, so it's all about the mom lineage. They realized that Allison Janney and Anna Faris had amazing chemistry, so it turned out to be all about their group at Alcoholics Anonymous, which we have a photo of the entire cast. It's all ladies. They're amazing. Let me just tell you about the cast, because it started off with Anna and Allison in the center. Then we move on to Mimi Kennedy right here over the end. She's kind of like their sponsor at Alcoholics Anonymous. She's amazing. Then we have Beth Hall, who plays Wendy. Hysterical. Then they bring in Jamie Presley as Jill, who's like this rich, snobby woman who's hysterical. And then the best addition they could have is Kristen Johnson. You might remember her from Third Rock from the Sun. This show is so good, you can binge it. Start with season 2 and make your way to season 7. This show is so funny. They somehow make alcoholics funny. I don't know how they do that. Up next, Megan Buckbinder. We'll be right back.